I jotted down several of your questions for. Oh, Tristan, you did too?
Yeah.
Well, maybe I'll just read yours, but I have some also. So, see, Tristan and I were both doing after-show homework last night because we said that we were going to do an Ask Wendy, the after-show edition, but I had no idea. I think that's the most questions that we got regarding the Ask Wendy after-show edition.
Yeah, a lot.
Normally, I mean, we get a lot of viewers for the after-show, but you just have regular conversation. You know, you're not actually asking a question. I mean, like somebody asked me, what do I do when I go to the gym? I could start now. I actually wrote down your names too, though. Somebody, I think your name started with a V. You asked, what do I do when I go to the gym? I do cardio. Honestly, I spend 2 days a week for 1 hour at a pop in the gym. And my trainer has me sit on that stationary bike of various speeds and pedal pushing. She keeps adjusting the levels. For like a half hour, I sit on the bike. And then I always do, thanks, okay. And then I always do, you know, ab work. I find that to be very important. I do my ab work when I go to the gym. Hold on, my hands are so schmutzy and disgusting. Let me see what you got, Tristan. Dear Wendy, I got accepted to, this is from Jabbar. Dear Wendy, I got accepted to the most prestigious performing arts school in the world in Los Angeles. My parents are separated. My mom is totally for me going, but my father feels I should wait until I'm older. Well, you know what? Who's paying? I mean, even if your father was paying, Jabbar, I think it's pretty selfish of your dad to not understand how powerful that is, that you got accepted to one of the most prestigious performing arts schools in the world, and it's in Los Angeles. I say go, and your mom is supporting you to go. And if by chance your father has a financial horse in the race, have a talk with your father without your mother being there. And you impress upon it that, you know, getting your education to do what you want to do when you grow is very important. It's usually parents who who want you to have an education. Yeah, school your father on how important school is, Jabbar. And good luck, honey bun. Thank you for asking. Rian W. says, would you do another syndicated radio show once you decide to end the talk show? I don't need to end the talk show to get back on radio. I mean, I'd love to get back on radio as soon as the moment is right. As soon as it's right, and it's right now, you know, or next year or the year after. I mean, it's right now. You know, I got off radio in the beginning because my family needed me. You know, and I needed to devote this time to learn how to do this TV thing. But now it's 5 years in. Little Kev is old enough to know how to reheat his own dinner sometime or whatever. You know, kids become more. He was only 8 years old when the show first started, so you know, like he needed me there, and he still needs me, but it's in a different capacity. You know. Yeah, I'm ready to, and we've had a family meeting. Like, I'm ready to take on radio whenever, you know, we feel that the situation is right on the people offering the jobs end. So yeah, no. After I finish talk, no, I'd rather do both together, because when I finish talk, I want to be done with it. I told you what I want to be. I want to be a socialite, fundraiser. I want to have my production company popping out stuff for TV. You know, a few made-for-TV movies, and I want to have my wig line, you know, still going down, but no, please. I don't want to have to report someplace when I finish talk. I don't want to have to report to anybody's microphone anywhere. Wendy, what is your ideal career path for little Kevin if it was solely up to you? To be a businessman. Ideally, yeah. You know, he's over that thing where he wants to be an NBA player, which, you know, thank God. We watched Wolf of Wall Street flying to Hawaii, and he says to me afterwards, just very matter of fact, Mommy, I want to be the wolf. I said, well, what exactly does that mean? He said, you know, I want to be the boss. I want to make money, and you know, he's very observant of me and his dad and what we do as a family. So what I would want him to do is get his education and help with the family business. not in a nepotism kind of way, but in a he'd be qualified even if he wasn't my son kind of way. Like, I want him to be bad. And I mean bad meaning good. That was from Seth G. Thank you, Seth. Italian lady 121713 says, Dear Wendy, I have a crush on my best friend. How do I let him know without ruining our friendship? You have to take a chance. You can't sit around and crush on him only for him to get another girlfriend. Do you know how much that must suck? I mean, I don't know that because, you know, I've always had a degree of say it like you mean it in my life. I have never fallen for a guy and not tell him that I was crushing on him madly. I don't understand how you, like, how do you do that, wallflowers? You know, in life, you gotta go for what you want. And you have to take risks. You can't be afraid to get your heart broken. You can't be afraid to take a great job because you might get fired. You can't be afraid to leave Jersey and go to Taiwan for school. You can't be scared. So Italian lady, if you're crushing on your best friend, let him know. Some of the best relationships start out as like a boy and a girl being best friends, and then you fall in love. Do you think he likes you back, or are you being unrealistic? Because, you know, you can tell when somebody else is attracted to you as well. So I would tell him. Dear Wendy, I'm getting married on Saturday. My sister, it's so funny, Tristan. Do you know that you and I have a lot of the same questions? I have this one too. This is from Melinda C. She says, Dear Wendy, I'm getting married on Saturday. My sister won't come because I invited my best friend who used to be her best friend. You're a shady sister, Melinda. Hold on. Should I take back the invitation to from my best friend? Or should my sister just grow up and act like an adult and be there for me? Okay, well, this is where my immaturity kicks in. Melinda, if I were your sister and you were now best friends with somebody who used to be my best friend, you'd still be my sister and I'd still love you very much, and we could still go to the mall and shop, and we can still have coffee on Saturday mornings, but one place I wouldn't be is at your wedding. No. And the bond between two sisters is supposed to be in a perfect world. Of course, we know the world's not perfect. The bond with your sister should be more important than the bond with your best friend. And you shouldn't ask your sister to subject herself to be... I also need more information, though, Melinda. Like, why is your best friend not your sister's best friend anymore? What was the falling out? Maybe you get back to me. But in the meantime, your question is, should I take back the invitation from my best friend or just tell my sister to grow up and act like an adult? No. If you take back the invitation from your best friend, then you won't be best friend anymore, but at least you'll have a sister. I would just let it lie, because you're getting married on Saturday. You're getting married in 48 hours, and no. So don't tell your sister to do anything. Let it be up to her if she shows up. If I were your sister, though, I wouldn't show up. Not because I'm mad at you, but because, or maybe I am mad at you. Michaela T says, what are those gold heels in the case hanging in your office? Where did you get the pink swordfish? Well, the gold heels, when we moved into this neighborhood, which was 3 years ago, Chelsea in New York, there's one of our neighboring businesses is a framer who says he can frame anything. That's what it says in his window. You know, we frame anything. So we challenged him. You know, I said, okay, well, frame these. And those shoes are actually, I only wore those shoes once. They're absolutely beautiful. But I have a meaty foot, and this is years ago. Those shoes are like 10 years old. I have a meaty foot, and as those of us with meaty feet know, we don't need to be wearing anybody's spaghetti strap, you know, those thin straps on our feet. You see what I'm saying? Those look good on a smaller foot, like Katie Couric. You know, a girl with a bonier foot, not as much. You know, I've got hooves. So I think they look better there than they do on my feet. And even though the heel is high, they were actually very easy to walk in. And the swordfish is from Kevin McHugh. Kevin is my blingologist. He's the same one who did my slippers for me so I could fly back and forth in the airport in comfort for Dancing with the Stars. Some of the blings have fallen off, but that's what endears them to me. And he gave that to me as a gift. For during our 6-week sneak peek of the show. He put all this work into this Mrs. Marlin. He put all this work into the marlin, or is it a swordfish? It's a swordfish. All of this work into it. If the 6-week sneak peek hadn't continued on, then it would probably be hanging in my living room. But as a tribute to him, taking it, this is a lot. Do you know how much work this is? And he brought it over to the studio special, like he lives here in New York. And when we moved from our old studio, he came and ushered the bringing down and the hanging back up. It's like, it's his masterpiece. So I honor it, and I would never take this to my house. As long as I have a TV show, I would want it to sit so that you could admire. Beautiful. And I have no idea what something like this would cost. $20,000? Easily. Easily. Easily $20,000. Easily. Probably more. Thank you, Kevin. And thank you for asking that question. All right, what else do I have? A couple more questions. Okay, Monica is taking her 10-year-old granddaughter bringing her to New York for her birthday, but Monica is unemployed. She wants a good suggestion. Well, a 10-year-old granddaughter certainly would love the activities that they have going on in Central Park, and everything is pretty reasonably priced. Do they still have the carousel and everything over there, Tristan?
Yeah, the zoo there.
Yep, Central Park Zoo, the carousel. Broadway's very expensive. I see you're unemployed. Take her to Central Park.
Staten Island Ferry, free.
Fabulous. The Staten Island Ferry, which, you know, to go over to Staten Island, there's no type of attraction over there, but it's beautiful to be on the water in New York this time of year. Check on the prices of the Circle Line. The Circle Line is maybe $30 a piece, but you get on there, you bring yourself a couple of dirty dogs from the hot dog vendor outside. They're like $2. But Manhattan is so beautiful. It's one of my favorite things about New York, going around, and at night, oh my God. I mean, it's not for you and your granddaughter at night. But yeah, a Central Park would be a reasonably priced day for you. And what will you have for lunch? Whatever the vendors are selling. Dirty hot dogs, crusty pretzels. But somehow when you're out there, it all tastes like a gourmet meal. Kathy's stepdaughter graduates, and she had 5 graduation tickets, and Kathy was not invited. This is her stepdaughter. Well, apparently the relationship with you and your stepdaughter is not as close as you thought that it would be, in terms of if she has 5 tickets, and you shouldn't feel a ways about it, Kathy. Graduation is one stupid day. And can I say, it's long as hell and boring as I don't know what. Thanks, Ro. I had my pork chop this morning for breakfast. I grizzled on that bone so hard. I didn't finish breakfast until 9:45. I had pork chop and cauliflower. I told you that's what I was going to have. And now I'll have a light salad for lunch. Anyway, back to Kathy. Kathy, don't feel bad. What?
You still have your mic on?
Oh, well, it's Marilyn.
You want her to, can she come in?
Yeah, come on, Marilyn. Joni's not here today, so Marilyn's here. But Marilyn is always the fill-in when Joni's not here, so we know her. It's just that you forgot. Here, come on. I unhooked this part.
You did that?
There you go.
Great.
Thanks, Marilyn.
You started?
Don't feel bad, Kathy, that you're not invited. You know, there are other people in her life, like her mom and her dad, and if she has a couple of siblings or a best friend who might go to a different school, it's not a thing. It's not a thing. Wait, hold on, Marilyn.
Okay.
Let me just, I'm doing multitasking. Nikki Cox wants to know how to make almonds tastier. Well, I like hot sauce and almonds. It's my new fix. Hot sauce and almonds. I'll tell you what almonds I like. Hot sauce and chocolate covered almonds. You remember I gave Brendan some a couple of weeks ago, and he loved them. Hot sauce.
Thank you, Wendy. Excuse me.
Hot sauce and chocolate covered almonds are so good. The cocoa in the almonds is good. It's good to eat a little chocolate. Even Dr. Oz will tell you that. And it's good. It's good to and of course, you know, almonds are really good for you. Candy's probably not really good for you, but everybody does something. You ever take a chocolate Twizzler and remove the shaker top from the hot sauce and stick it down in the hot sauce and wiggle it out and eat? Laugh now. Say thank you later. Caitlin is a college student. Her parents hate her appearance. Well, tell your parents welcome to the club. You know what I mean? Your parents are going to hate your appearance until you take all those piercings out. I bet you she's got piercings every place, you know. Hate your appearance. They're going to hate it until you get your first job. And then second job and third job. And if your first job is as a graphic artist, they're going to all of a sudden love your appearance because your appearance fits in with the artsy world of being a graphic artist. If your first job is, you know, say you go on to medical school and you do your residency, you're going to take those piercings out anyway because nobody wants to go to a pierced up doctor. So who cares that your parents hate your appearance? Are you in college because they want you to be? Are you doing well, or are you tricking up their money? You're doing well in college? You're a nice girl? Then your appearance really has nothing to do with anything. Not at this particular point in your life, Caitlin. Not at this particular point, you know. You know what I'm saying, Tristan? Edward is asking me for advice on acting. I don't have any. Honestly, I don't have any. I don't have any. I don't know how you become an actor other than you go to maybe acting school, but I didn't go to acting school and I do some acting. Your question is too vague. Advice on acting. Have a plan B. And be prepared to struggle financially for many years, as with a lot of careers, particularly the artsy ones. Radio, acting, TV, writing books. You know, there's a lot of struggle. Little Amy 2192 wants to know how to turn a hookup into a boyfriend. Oh, that's easy. That's easy. You have the conversation. You know, what are we doing here? You know, I like you a little bit more. This is not in my character to just hook up. You know? And again, be prepared for rejection. Be prepared for to either say, oh my God, I like you too. Okay, let's turn this into a boyfriend-girlfriend situation. Or, oh, you know, you're catching feelings. I'm really not in that space in my life right now. So now, Amy, I can't even hook up with you because I don't want you to fall in love. Again, don't be scared to take a chance when it comes to your feelings and your well-being, regardless of who you are. And in each life, rain must fall, as they say. But that's healthy. That's healthy. I love you for watching. See you next time on the After Show. Bye.